Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today at Discover Dominica Authority Conference Room for the official press conference of the Dominica Music Awards 2025. My name is Julie Roberts, and I serve as the Communications and Marketing Specialist for the Dominica Music Awards 2025. It's a pleasure to welcome our media partners, sponsors, artists, and industry stakeholders as invited guests this afternoon. Today's press conference will provide an overview of the Dominica's Music Awards, highlights its mission within the creative industry, officially announce the finalists of the 2025 awards, and recognize the partners and sponsors who continue to support the growth of the Dominican music. To begin, we will hear an overview of the Dominica Music Awards and its mission within the music and cultural landscape of Dominica. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jerry Williams, partner at Creole Heartbeat, who will share the vision and the purpose behind the Dominica Music Awards. You want to go? Okay, so first we will have Mr. Wadix, the cultural ambassador, Leroy Wadix-Charles.
Thank you very much, Julie Roberts, an integral part of Creole Heartbeat. I want to really thank all our partners here this afternoon, and those of you who are actually going on live DBS Radio, GIS, Kyrie FM, also DNO, also all the mediums that are live this afternoon. We want to say thank you. This is the second edition of the Dominica Music Awards. We had the first edition in 2022. So this year, the second edition, and we had a break mainly because we all know of the turbulence of the challenges to keep this music award. And I want to say, as we celebrate our 5th anniversary, and that is Creole Heartbeat, it is very important that we wanted to do something very special for the musicians. Creole Heartbeat has interviewed from the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica to the Bishop, from the Kalinago to the fishermen, from national sportsmen to the ordinary man on the street. We have tried to cover the life of a people in Dominica, the life of a Creole people. And we have done so relentlessly for 5 years. So in this 5th anniversary, we want to do something special for the musicians, for the artists, the musical technocrats who have really taken Dominica's name far and wide. The last 18 months has seen possibly the most successful period since the days of Kadas Lipso and the early days of Bouillon music, where Dominica's music excelled. Dominica music broke barriers. Dominica music broke records and broke a new ground. So it was very important that Creole Heartbeat actually captured that moment to climax with the music awards. This year has been very, very, very challenging. And I must say, this edition of the Music Awards, extremely, extremely challenging. We started off this journey very early in the year, and we had to actually stop for several reasons. But we put, most importantly, our artists first. And even before I go into the history of this year's awards, Creole Heartbeat for the 5 years has actually made no income from what we have been doing. Every single thing we make, we put it directly back into the arts and culture of Dominica. So those who have been wondering, we do symposiums, we have done several seminars, we have done workshops. We recently did a Creole program, language program, where we had several Creole speakers from the Creole world, to include Guadeloupe, Martinique, Haiti, St. Lucia, Trinidad, and most importantly, Dominica. where we visited the language which was very important to us because it was handed down by our ancestors, the language which our enslaved forefathers used to communicate. We will be giving a special report sometime after the carnival season on the special consultation. Back to the awards. We want to say a special thank you to several partners who came on board. We initially wanted to have the awards in earlier this year, May, June of this year. But like I said, we had several other interests which we felt we had to kind of look at and revisit. And we finally decided that to move ahead because the musician, the artists, the technocrats, those who excel in culture in Dominica, one of our biggest exports, they continue to actually be that pivot. And in a month or two, you will realize what I'm saying, when the Calypsonians, when the bouillon artists, when those in the traditional carnival take center stage, to see how important they are to Dominica's not only tourism product, but to our well-being. Dominica has been very fortunate to have per capita 2 genres, possibly the most successful Caribbean island, and possibly globally to have created 2 genres in 1973, 1974, Kadas Lipsu, and just about 1988, the bouillon music. So we can boast of having created 2 genres. And this is no easy feat. There are several islands possibly larger than us who have not created a genre. So which means there is something about Dominica that was exhibited in what we do, the way we live, the way we eat, the storytelling, the musicianship, the vibes that is unsurpassed by any other country in Dominica. Firstly, we want to say thank you to the government of Dominica, who showed tremendous interest in these awards, and we're still waiting on the capacity of the government of Dominica for this particular edition. We want to say thank you to Big Edge Financial Express for coming on board as title partners, the other title partners at the Dominica Lotteries Commission, the National Cooperative Credit Union, the Signman, DBS Radio, and Go and Global Entertainment. Our platinum partners, Q95 FM, Fine Foods Inc., and our category partners, very importantly, 24 categories, Do It Center, KFC, Courts, ACS, New India Assurance, the Signman, Dexia, Republic Bank, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Attorney Joshua Francis, Nature Island Praise, Pabin Sierra, Rainbow Hill Villa, Del Nadia Sports Shop. We also have other partners, Multi Solutions Inc., MCC, DNO, Variety News, Dominica State College, Dr. Damian Dublin, GIS, Kyrie FM. I also want to thank TBS Radio, Q95 FM, and Kyrie FM for actually allowing us our weekly programs now where we can disseminate the information about the way we live, what we do, those who have excelled. We can bring those testimonies live into your hearts, into your homes, on radio, on social media. We want to thank you. The management of DBS Radio, thank you. The management of QFM, thank you. And Kyrie FM, thank you. Vibes Radio showed interest, but we are just waiting for the final negotiations and arrangements before we can actually have Creole Heartbeat on your various mediums. This Music Awards is historic. Possibly never before in our history, all these musicians were nominated. And soon from now, you will get the various tallies, and Jerry will give you more information about this year's the 2025 Dominica Music Awards. But I want to say it is a difficult and challenging expedition. The journey thus far has been very challenging. It's a very expensive venture also. But we have decided to take on this challenge. You know why? Because the culture, the spinal cord of any nation, we have seen what it has done for our brothers and sisters in our bigger CARICOM countries, the US of A. Globally, we have seen what music and culture has done for the GDPs of those various states. We have seen Dominica elevated. Every single carnival of late has had some Dominican component. Everyone is looking for the 2026 season. So we could not allow the 2024-25 season to go unnoticed. So we have gone deep and sacrificed, and I want to commend the coordinator and the marketing specialists for their hard work in really putting things together. Jerry Williams 24/7 has been really behind this movement, getting this off the ground. We speak at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just to make sure the musicians are given the right place in our society, where music in the next month will be celebrated with our carnival season, where music was celebrated for our independence season, and we saw possibly the best ever Independence and World Creole Music Festival, where once again the Dominican component excelled. This is the opportunity. We still are looking for partners because they have quite a bit of a large expenditure, because we want to bring this on a premium level. So those of you listening to us and viewing us live, we are still looking for partners to come on board. But we want to thank those who have seen and endorsed this movement. We want to really say thank you to all of those who have seen the importance of Dominica's musicians. Gone are the days when music was a side thing. Now musicians are taking their art and craft and their skill set very seriously, and are now earning from this particular talent that God has given to them. Now we have the opportunity to embrace, to continue to motivate them, to continue to give them that fertilizer to produce even better music. And whenever a musician goes out there, Dominica is out there. We have seen the flags of the Nature Isle at all the major dances and carnivals and fetes globally, an indication that the Cicero flag is moving to places. January 3rd, 2026, Intercontinental Hotel will be the place when history will be made. So we're calling on every single Dominican, both at home and throughout the diaspora. Let us support our musicians. We have several genres spanning the entire work of Dominica, the entire work of our talents, our blood, sweat, and endurance, our creative energies. We will be celebrating on January 3rd. Once again, thank you to the media. We're looking forward to you taking these awards and claiming it and owning it, because it belongs to Dominica. Whenever a Dominican excel, the entire country moves. When the Acers and the Shelleys and the Triple Ks and the Nacios move out and they celebrate Dominican talent wherever they are, it's our 289 square mile gem that has been pushed forward, that has been piloted to a different level. So thank you, the media. We're looking forward to the various stories throughout the week, and we're also looking forward to see you covering when our superstars will be given red carpet treatment, when our superstars will be heralded, when our superstars will be given premium, when they will be priority on January 3rd. We want to say thank you to the Heavenly Father for allowing us this opportunity. Thank you to the Discover Dominica Authority for allowing us the facility here today. And we want to thank all those who voted, over 10,000 voters. And we're looking forward to a packed auditorium at the premium facility in the north of Dominica, Intercontinental Hotel, January 3rd. Merci Opil, merci Oshai, merci Olo, merci tout le monde, et tout musicien, et tout Dominicien, Wadex, Bad bravo pour ces musiciens-là. Bad bravo pour toutes ces monde-là qui a dans la musique à Dominique. Quand nous avons élevé la musique-là. Merci un peu tout le monde.
Merci, Wadix. Thank you, Ambassador Leroy Wadix Charles. The success of the Dominica Music Awards would not be possible without the continued support of our partners. So to formally acknowledge them this afternoon was paramount. The Dominica Music Awards celebrates excellence, creativity, and impact across many genres. Many categories, to be exact, 24 categories, are being celebrated this year. Next, please join me in welcoming Mr. Jerry Williams, who is a partner at Creole Heartbeat and also the organizer, the man behind the Dominica Music Awards 2025. He will be sharing with us the judging criteria.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon to each and everyone. When I signed up for this, I didn't know what I was signing up for. The first one we did wasn't that challenging, but this one, I can attest to you that it is very, very challenging. And it's a good challenge because the artists are putting in the work. And so we have to get it right. We have to ensure that we honor the artists. I know even when we started announcing the voting process, we had some artists who felt that they should have been nominated. We adjusted it. They were pleased, but I know this next round is not going to be an easy one after we announce who the finalists are. And it was not an easy task. The judges, they have their hand full, and Creole Heartbeat surely have their hand full in regards to dealing with the backlash or the disappointment of artists. But I just want to say that even though you have not made the final cut, it is an opportunity for you to come bigger and better for the next entertainment season. Okay, so the Dominica Music Awards is one pillar of a wider vision of Creole Heartbeat, recognizing music not just as entertainment, but as culture, industry, and national value. We are now in the finalist determination phase of the Dominica Music Award. This phase is one clear purpose: to confirm the official finalists in each competitive category. It is important to be clear, winners are not selected in this stage. Judges are not yet scoring to determine winners. This phase exists solely to validate and endorse finalists who will advance in the final judging phase. Finalists ranking at this stage are informed exclusively by validating public voting results. And again, this stage is based on the public and their voting. The Dominica Music Awards operate on a 60% public vote and 40% judges score framework. During the finalist determination phase, only the public vote component is applied. Judges' responsibility at this stage is to confirm eligibility, verify ranking, legitimacy, and ensure full compliance with the DMA rules. Judges' score are applied only in the final phase where winners are determined. All works considered must fall within the official eligibility period, March 5th, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. I just want to reiterate, March 5th is the end of Carnival season in 2024, and we brought it into the summer of 2025. Judges are required to ensure that songs, albums, videos, performances, or professional contribution fall within this window, and that no work outside the period is used to justify future scoring. Judges may be asked to briefly justify eligibility, alignment, using verified release dates, press kits, or documented public activity. Public confidence is central to the DMA. A total of 10,212 raw submissions were received across all categories. After standardized validation control, the final validated voters pool stand at 6,272 legitimate voters. Validation include cutoff enforcement, removal, duplicate email addresses, IP addresses, elimination of invalid or non-nominee entries, and standardization of nominee names. This reduction reflects duplicate control, not voter suppression, and the same rules were applied uniformly across all 24 categories. Finalists are determined solely from validated public vote rankings. Judges confirm eligibility, data integrity, and consistency with DMA rules. Once confirmed, top-ranked nominees advance to the final judging phase. In that final judging phase, public vote contributes 60 points, judges contribute 40 points, and the nominee with the highest combined score out of 100 is declared the winner. So before I close off this section, I just want to announce our lifetime achievement. We do have a lifetime achievement section. We also have a Felix Henderson Award section and an iconic section before we get into the finalists. So the lifetime achievement awardees this year are Ophelia Mari in Kadas, Lipso, Nasio Fountain in Reggae, Jerry Lloyd in Gospel, Keith Goddard in Booyah, David Benjamin, Traditional, Fitzroy William, Kadas Lipso, Ian Jackson, Calypso, and Songwriting. The Felix Henderson Award, Sonia Maglor Akpa, and the iconic award, Krishna Dada Lawrence. In closing, the Dominica Music Award are about more than trophies. They are about structure, transparency, credibility, and respect for artistic contribution. As Creole Heartbeat celebrates 5 years, the DMA stands as proof that when culture is treated seriously, it creates trust, value, and lasting legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Now we are at the most anticipated segment of today's press conference, the official announcement of the finalists of the Dominica Music Awards 2025. All right, so I do not have a drum roll, but we have 24 categories, and today the various artists, engineers, influencers are now going to know if they are a finalist. So this process was designed to ensure fairness, as Mr. Williams just said, credibility, and integrity. So while recognizing not just popularity, but also artistic merit, impact, and professional excellence. I have the names here, and it reads as follows. First category, photographer / videographer of the year. The finalists are Ambo Visual, Media Links, Mills Eye Vision. Live Sound Engineer of the year. The finalists are Cornell Phillip, Kelson Charles, Sean Shillingford. Calypso Artist of the Year. The finalists are Ridge and Chubby, Abia Israel, and Super Dan HD. Male Artist of the Year. The finalists are Shelly, Mr. Ridge, Pudas, Trilogy, and of course, Asa Banton. Female Artist of the Year. The finalists are Colin XP, Buyo Babi Faithy, Ebony Empress, Abia Yisrael, and last but not least, Joy. Junior Male Artist of the Year. The finalists are Mighty T, The Reverend, King Zaya. Junior Female Artist of the Year. The finalists are Moxie Shervy, Queen Melody, and Alyssa. Social Media Influencer of the Year, or Social Media and Content Creator of the Year. The finalists are JL Joseph, Jody Dangaben, Shy Guy, Durani Durand, Amani Agustin. Rising Artist or Band of the Year. The finalists are as follows: Nice, Tricks, Booyah Bobby Faithy, Rhythm Knockers Band, Real, Tricks Migos. And if you realize that there are certain categories with more than 3, it's because that there were so many nominees that we decided to do the top 6 as opposed to the top 3. Gospel Artist of the Year. The finalists are Janae Jackson, Champion Roll, Blessing John Baptiste, Niall Grove, J. Crow, sorry, my apologies, and Shanix. Soca Song of the Year. And the finalists are Mr. Benji and Zimoni, Shalina, and Super Dan HD. Band of the Year. The finalists are Midnight Groovers, TK International, and Signal Bands. Manager of the Year. The finalists are Morsiwo Aturo Bellot, Mr. Ridge Pudas Divo Paris from Morsiwo, Tridel Edwin, who is for Trilogy, and Rio Okeboom, and Jelani Robinson for Signal Band. Calypso Artist of the Year. And it's the season for Calypso. So, Calypso Artist of the Year. The finalists are King Dice, Joy, and Shanice. Reggae/Dancehall Artist of the Year. And the finalists are Dynamic, Abia Yisrael, and Colton T. Producer of the Year. The finalists are Arrayed Maskman Moses, The Wizard, Andel Freeze Hosford, DJ Taffy Rhythm Beast, Little Boy, Cross the Bridge Studio. Songwriter of the Year. The finalists are Little Boy, Trilogy, and Shelley Alfred. Collaboration of the Year, another big category, so we have 6 finalists. They are Mr. Ridge and Problem Child, FYM, Tricks, Migos, and Hussy, What She Like, Rio, Kenny G, and Faithy, IKY, Shelly, Nice, and the Signal Band, Stronger, Trilogy, Skinny Fabulous, and Shelly with Rags, and last but not least, Quan, Little Boy, and Trilogy with Someone Else. Music Video of the Year. And we've said that we may add the person behind creative director next year, because for a good music video, we need a creative director. So we will definitely look into that next year. The finalists for music video of the year: Signal Band, Bye to the Old Me, Rio Okeboom, IKY, Trilogy, Take Me As I Am, and Colton T, Foreplay. Album of the Year. The finalists are Pudas, No Time for Rubbish. Colton T, All I Need Is Love. Shelley and the Signal Band, The Electric Room. Compa and Zouk Artist of the Year. We have Marie Pascal, Super Dan HD, and Ecstasy Band. Promoter of the Year. The finalists are Danger Dane Entertainment, Independence Gopwell, and Carnival Gopwell. Infinite Entertainment with Amped and Rise and Wine. Fantasy Tribe with Fantasy Fitness Fusion, Band Launch, and Lumination. And last but not least, Asa Banton and Breakfast Fete. DJ of the Year, we have the top 3 finalists, and they are DJ MJ, DJ Slim, and Unstoppable Shax. Bouillon Artist of the Year. The finalists are as follows: Asa Banton, Trilogy, Mr. Ridge, Shelley, and Pudas. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your finalists for the 2025 Dominica Music Awards. On January 3rd, 2026, one nominee in each category announced this afternoon will be declared the winner, following the final combination of validated public voting and the judges' scores. That night, we will honor a Bouillon artist, a Calypsonian artist, a calypso artist, a reggae artist, a gospel artist, soca song, compa artist, whose music best represents the year. The male and female artists of the year who stood in the forefront of Dominican music. The junior male and female artists representing the future of the industry. The band of the year and rising artist band of the year shaping performance and culture. The DJ, producer, songwriter, sound engineer, videographer, and the photographer whose technical excellence elevates the music. The music video, album, and collaboration that stood out as complete creative work. The manager and promoter of the year whose leadership and vision created opportunity and structure. So on that night, these people will also be celebrated. Each award represents more than just a trophy, as Mr. Williams said initially. Thank you for being here with us today as we celebrate our artists and everyone in the music industry here in Dominica. Okay. On behalf of the Dominica Music Awards 2025 and Creole Heartbeat, we extend our sincere appreciation to everyone who came this afternoon and joined us here in the conference room. We are excited about what lies ahead for the Dominica Music Awards and for the continued growth of music in Dominica. At this time, we officially open the floor for media, photo opportunities, and interviews. Members of the press, if you have any question, this is the time for the questions to Mr. Jerry Williams and myself. Okay, I'm loving the media this afternoon. I'm happy to know that you got all the information that's needed. It was comprehensively given, and we can move on. So I hope to see every one of you on the red carpet on January 3rd, 2026 at the Intercontinental Hotel. I am Julie Roberts, the Communications and Marketing Specialist for the Dominica Music Award 2025 and a member of Creole Heartbeat. Until next time, have a good one.